Hi guys, welcome to your January 2020. This is going to be the What Aren't They Telling You? Timeless reading week 1 for the beautiful sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Hi Aries. If you're new here with me, hello, hello. If you are returning, welcome back. If you're subscribed to the tribe, and what's good, fam bams, and hello to my members. First and foremost, I want to say Happy New Year in Aries. Thank you so much for your patience. I do know that it was brought to my attention that I completely with everything that I had going on last month. How did I go a whole month without giving you a video? It just kind of worked out that way. It was a short month. It was a holiday month. It was stressful. We had 2 eclipses back to back. We had a full moon in Cancer. I had deaths in the family. It was a lot going on. I apologize. And the young man that pointed that out, I appreciate you pointing it out because that means you're looking for it. So I'm not angry about that. So what I'm doing is I'm going to take my time and talk to you and pull all of your cards right here. And we're going to go old school, me, you, and the cards. And we're going to do it this way. Okay. So I hope that this resonates with you. And I hope that this does some justice. And I am extremely sorry. Now, in the past where because that has happened where I didn't do a video because there was a lot of people that were impacted, but everybody in the month of December at least got one video and you didn't, because when it came time, I think, to do your video, you know, there's other things that happen. I actually am a working reader, meaning that this is something that I do as a part of my business, but I read full time. So with that being said, sometimes, yes, with content and everything else, things does get lost in the shuffle. Not to mention I had a lot of personal things going on. It doesn't happen that often, so I apologize. We're going to get the energy right now first, and I'm just going to show you everything, and then we're going to clarify it rather than it being there and me going backwards and showing you the blockages first. Everything still will be time-stamped, but it's going to be time-stamped in the way where you get everything kind of out of order. Give me the energy between Aries and their partner. What aren't they telling Aries for January 2021, week 1? And we got some things coming out. Well, the first thing that they're not telling you, obviously, is that they want to marry you. Obviously, the 4 of Wands is actively celebrating. It is a good sign for marriage. It's telling me what they want to do deep down inside. We do have the moon card, so they're not telling you, obviously. And they have fluctuating emotions when it comes down to this notion of marrying you and being with you. In the heart place, we do have the 3 of Wands. They're still looking out on the horizon and trying to dig deep and explore other options or new ways in which to dwell in the energy of loving you and being with you, Aries. I almost called you a Sagittarius. I know who I'm dealing with. However, there have been some things between you with this 2 of Pentacles that has disrupted the flow of love, juggling more than one area in your life right now. This is what they're not telling you, so they kind of feel like this is a lot of what you're doing, and there has possibly been some deception with the 7 of Swords. I do not like that. At the top of the deck, lending its energy to all of these energies is the fact that there is still a success component. From a fire sign perspective, obviously, Aries, you could definitely be connected with someone who has Aries in their chart or fire, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Okay, we do have Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio energy, water energy, but it is the major arcana for Pisces, which is the moon. In the heart place, there is a desire to want to actively do things differently. More fire energy, which I'll take that. But then we have an energy of either Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. And then there is the ending energy here of the 7 of Swords being the lone wolf. running away from responsibility. That's the reason why they call this card deception. But there still is a unspoken element of, despite the fact that I'm not telling you this, I still feel that my feelings are valid, and you know, they're not telling you that this has been on the forefront of their mind. The first blockage between you and this person is blame. So there could have been an ending here. I accept responsibility for my own well-being. Somebody or the energy between you guys is definitely pointing fingers back at one another. In the heart place, we do have judgment. Judgment, I understand that everyone has their own unique paths and challenges. There have been some challenges between you two. And there is a blame. I wouldn't have done this if you wouldn't have done this. Or I wouldn't have said this if you wouldn't have said that. That is the energy between you two. And you're judging one another possibly, which has blocked this. Okay. It has blocked your happiness in a lot of ways. Give me the last. Okay. And then we have relationships. All right, so there's a relationship pattern here. I am attracted to those who serve my higher good. And whenever I see that, I know that that is actually the opposite of what is going on. Top of the deck, we do have abundance. So obviously there is still a need to say or not say that you guys can be abundant together. They know or feel that you can be successful together. However, there is definitely a pattern. What is the pattern? One or the other of you has a knack for choosing the wrong damn people attracted towards you. And unfortunately, someone in this particular between you or the person that loves you, Aries, is really feeling like, I'm not that person. You guys are definitely doing this, playing the blame game. I am a limitless being and can manifest whatever I want in this physical desire. And I want you to know, in this physical reality. I want you to know that you guys are fighting. You do not see eye to eye on the trajectory of this relationship, or even if you're past that and the relationship kind of took on the life of its own. There's definitely a pattern here of choosing the wrong type of individual. We all have that pattern. Relationships, starting a relationship when it has not been properly built upon, or I know that there is an energy here of kind of jumping in because there's a lot of fire energy here. And then there's definitely a pattern of not expressing oneself when they should. We're going to go in and clarify blame, and that is being clarified with purpose. We're going to clarify judgment. That's being clarified with vision. Ooh, we getting spicy. All right, relationships is being clarified by, show me spirit, the blockage energy between unity. Yes. So there are two very strong personalities here and two ways of looking at it, and there is no meat in the middle. One of the things that cause this fluctuation of emotions is the up and down and ebbs and flows in your relationship, period. Trusting the process, clarifying abundance, and these are blockage clarifiers. So you possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love. No, you're not going to demonstrate love if you feel like it's somebody else's fault. You're not. This is what's going on here. Vision, clarifying judgment. No matter what, you see the big picture, the bigger picture between you two. No, there is not a bigger picture type of mentality, because there is very much so within the blockage energy, Aries, a you did it, so you fix it type of mentality. I'm not going to say, oh, you know, Aries did this and they still love me if it's not being demonstrated. This is very much so a personality where you have to be shown something. This is a lack of faith. It has to be shown to you because this is crossing the line between understanding when someone made a mistake, forgiving them for the mistake, and then straddling the fence of, understanding when it is a mistake and someone really is sorry. If you have you go out above and beyond, and you haven't, you go above and beyond to try to show, or to try to demonstrate, rather, to show and demonstrate the need to protect your heart, then you're going to fall short, because there is no bigger picture of unity. There is no bigger vision. And then unity, obviously, you understand that the love shared with another is amplified. No. This is a very selfish type of love, blame, judgment, and relationships. And humility, trust, clarifying the abundance. You have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. No. So I see that this person very much so has a vision, and the vision was to marry you. And you could be looking at it like, well, what you showed me, I don't think so. And you have every right to feel that way. But is this because you are overly protecting yourself and you're equally guilty? Or vice versa? You guys know that the energy can be vice versa. Before we get into your Moonology and we get your oracle, obviously we need to bring the romantic intentions in here. We're going to start there in a second. I want you to know, and then we're going to get the sacred soulmates and clarify this, a couple of these cards. The moon, I'm being guided to clarify, as well as, obviously, I normally clarify the most difficult energy on the board, and obviously that is the that's these cards, all of the crap. That's the deception card, or the Seven of Swords, not telling the whole story. One of the things that is extremely offensive about this card is controlling the narrative, and that is something that I personally have a whole problem with. You have no right to control the narrative, to control my behavior, yet you know that you're only doing that to satisfy your desire, and you really don't have the type of energy to actually reciprocate. Honestly, I am so tired of this. Okay. All right, hold on, guys. Okay, thank you. Okay. I don't like that, and I hope that that's not the case, because a person typically doesn't admit, hey, I suck. You know what I'm saying? And I really do feel as if this individual is struggling to still love you despite all of the blame and judgment and the bad patterns. There's no accepting responsibility for this. But they love you. What they see is you two together. Love is not the focus here. Action is. We have a lot of fire. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Pisces, major arcana, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and then air. The energy, the mental in this situation is not the greatest. I don't like it at all. There's not a focus on love. There's a focus on survival between you two. Clarify the Four of Wands for me. Let's bring the romantic intentions in here. Okay, so forgiving and learning. Well, I like that. I like that. That's a great start. And maybe right now they're not being the most apologetic, Aries, but obviously, although their emotions are fluctuating, they're keeping an open mind that maybe you were the one for them and that you guys are just different. Okay. Clarify the Three of Wands. That keep an open mind was clarifying the moon. Forgiving and learning clarified the Four of Wands, by the way. The Three of Wands is being clarified by Show Me Spirit. And that is, release your ex. So this ties directly back to relationships. This ties directly back to you cannot come together because the pattern in this relationship, or the pattern of the energy between you two, is that one or both of you, someone has a knack for attracting people who don't treat you well, or people that take you for granted. There's a lot of energy in the heart of the ex. Someone that came in and planted these seeds, but one or both of you guys are the one that is accepting or has had to get the brunt of that. And since this is told by the cross watcher's perspective, Aries, it's looking like they're telling me right now that they want to forgive and learn from the past. They really want to keep an open mind, although they have fluctuated their emotions and what they have shown you, because they know that they're being penalized because of an overprotection of your heart and what someone else did. And they're being penalized for that. And that is what they don't like. We do have extending the lighthearted energy. When I see that clarifying my 2 of Pentacles, they also feel like as a result of you holding and harboring this energy, that maybe you did not take this seriously as you should have. Maybe you have a very flirty personality. Maybe you have double fire in your chart. And I do feel like flirting could have been an issue, a help, or a hindrance. I don't feel like they want to extend lighthearted energy. I kind of feel like they are saying that this is what you do. Clarify the 7 of Swords for me. This is a very good clarifier and worth waiting for. So what they're not telling you is that although things have you guys are at a Mexican standoff, definitely locking horns right now and blaming one another. Top of the deck is children. Here we go. So you guys are not talking. You're not resolving anything right now. You're standing your ground. And although that is the energy that you guys are in, they still stand by the fact that they still feel like that this is a success. This can be a successful union. Now they have divine feelings for you, which means that there are feelings here, Aries, where a person feels like you're worth waiting for. They feel like your connection was unique. They really want to forgive and learn the past, but they feel, but it's based upon stipulations. Let's go first and foremost into release your ex. And that is new patterns. Absolutely, because you cannot blame the new person or the old person for what the person prior to them did. To do things differently in order to bring health and vitality in your love life. Okay, we're going to go into also one more, and that is, yes, the patterns or lessons of Pluto. Patterns of control, power, manipulation, and intense push and pull attraction. Intimacy is not possessive. So, in that 3 of Wands, trying to look out and do things differently in the heart place, that's a good thing. So whatever they've done and brought to the table, Aries, they are looking within themselves to change, but they definitely are saying that you can't control things. You're in and out and push and pull when you want something. Being driven off of your desire is not going to cut it. And that is what they're saying. Go into flirt. I'm interested. True love. So I'm going to let you know that cross watcher, this is for you. This Aries may have a very flirty, not wanting to get down and deep type of personality, but they agree with you, and this is a true love connection, and it is divine. We have those cards right there, so I'm letting you know that if they feel as if they're not listening or they don't know or they're not affected, it's a lie. They are just as much as affected as you are. They just have a better way at acting as if they're not. Okay, cross watcher? Back to you. All right, we're going to go in with worth waiting for because I want to basically clarify this 7 of Swords. So we know that it's worth waiting for, and your person is saying that despite your foolishness, that you're worth waiting for. So they're trying to reconcile it in their head to figure out how they're going to do this, because no one wants to feel like they're putting their life on hold for someone. Now, this is interesting. Triggers. Emotional baggage is running the show. Yes, refrain from the internal so the external can change. That is a lot of things that this person did. So When I say this person, I'm talking to the cross watcher. Aries, your person is saying, and I do know that this is very, this sounds about right. You're not going to go beneath the surface. You're constantly chasing and moving and this and that. You can get bored, okay? And you can go into a situation where if it's not the way that you want, then you will make it what you want. You have a tremendous, a lot of times making it what you want is really leaving. And that's not necessarily fair. Now, depending on what else you are made of, whatever else is in your chart, we're not going to stereotype that. I will say, though, that out of the both of you and the person that you're connecting with, you're more prone to saying one thing, and then when you become bored with it, you'll put it down. That's one thing. The second thing is that when you're triggered to try to express some emotions, that's not a good thing for you. So you'll stay in a comfortable type of situation or stay at like a comfortable level where you will rather be flirty and kind of keep it there to prevent you from having to dig deep. And you honestly, according to these cards, have just as much as deep feelings for this person as they have for you. But there's been a lot of triggers that this person could have had triggering behavior. Your cross watcher could have had, maybe you don't like the way this person speaks to you. Maybe, you know, they fly off the deep end. We all are going to have things that we don't like or that is not desirable of the next from the next person. However, I really do feel, okay, that you guys are at a crossroads, and a lot of the things that one or both of you guys are doing was because of this patterns and relationships. Now, let's be all the way, keep it all the way a buck, Aries. You have sort of a bad reputation in the zodiac world to be in and out when you can't chase and control a narrative the way that you want. I have Aries in my chart, and I know that that can be a thing, especially when I touch base with my Aries clients. Your people that connect with you, people that I have read on the other side of that energy, really much feels like this person. When you're triggered, you're out. I'm not trying to feel that. I don't want to do any of that. You could have had one relationship where you decided this is it. Attracted to the person for whatever your reasons is. I'm not going to go there, but we know, obviously, if this person did you wrong, you revealed your heart, and that wasn't the person. And that is a lot of what you carried with you as a protection mechanism, as you should. However, you're unable to recognize in turn a person that really does have your best interest at heart, because your pattern is to go after the big butt and the smile or whatever it is, rather than really getting to know the person within. Because you don't take the time to try to cultivate those relationships and get to know another person, because it can be misconstrued as it's all about you. Pause. Sometimes you're very much so justified in that. You have every right to decide, I'm not dealing with this drama. But you don't have the right. Another thing that this person is saying is you change your damn mind. You start something, and then when you lose steam of it, when you lose sight of it, you don't want it anymore. So you have to reconcile that within yourself. You guys have a strong bond. It is telepathy. The connection has a very strong empathic and telepathic soul bond. So this person is not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere, just because you lost interest, just because they triggered you. Now, energy can go both ways. Forgiving and learning, keep an open mind, release your ex, flirt, and worth waiting for. New patterns are necessary. The patterns of control. Look at this. They came out together. New patterns and patterns of control. Manipulation and intense push and pull attraction. Intimacy is not possessive, and that's exactly how you can love, especially if you are an Aries moon. They give Taurus, Venus and Taurus such a bad rap. Oh, you guys are possessive. No, you guys ain't seen Nathan until you've seen some of these other energies. That's just what the author decided to focus on. I want to go into this children aspect here with trust. And then, you know, these are tops of the deck. So trust and abundance. You have children with this other person. You were in a relationship with someone that garnered a child, that produced a child. It's not the new person's fault. You guys have got to reconcile this. Let's go ahead and go into your Moonology. This person wants to keep an open mind and still is here saying, you know, I wish that Aries would just release this person, because what I want is to let go of the things that I may have done. And really, I can see myself with this person. But you guys are at a Mexican standoff, and this person could have equal fire, but just in different places. So you understand what I'm saying? So they want to let the past go. And if it's just going to be a battle of, I'm going to hold out longer and not call you, if it's going to be petty, it's not worth it. Then don't even go through it. Then allow the connection to just kind of fizzle out. But what I see is no matter how much you try to ignore this, you're not going to ignore it. It needs to be handled, because this is true. It's true love. It's true divine. And these are hard to shuffle. So I'm going to just shuffle and pull off the top. So, hey, I'm telling you guys, new patterns is what your 2021 is you're being guided to do. The answers that you need are coming with the full moon in Gemini. Interesting that you guys got a Gemini card. We had a new moon, so that full moon is coming. Let me give you the time frame of when it is going to come, because full moon, and that is a full moon. So we just had I believe, full moon in Gemini that happened last year. Fairly close. It was either a new moon or a full moon. It's coming at the end of this year, which means that we just had a new moon, and I believe it was the eclipse. So whatever you were fuzzy about 6 months ago, the full moon in Gemini will take place in December of this year, December 19th to be exact, okay? Now, am I saying that you should sit around and wait? No. But the full moon in Gemini, is important to speak your truth. You cannot go with these fluctuating emotions and the Seven of Swords, okay? Words, but remember that your words have consequences and impact your listener. Right now, you need to guard indiscretion. The answers that you need will come soon. The issue that you're facing can be one or a few conversations away from being resolved. If you're inquiring about a love situation, a little flirting may be called for. Well, looky here. Wow. If you're in the middle of an argument, this card comes to you as a reminder of the old, very non-Gemini message. Least said, soonest mended. It's good to talk, but be careful that you aren't causing yourself any issues with your words. Words have enormous power, okay? Your word is your wand. You create magic and put your own reality every time you express yourself. It's time to have a conversation, okay? It's time to have a conversation. The answers will come to you then. Let's go ahead and close you out. So I think ultimately there's been a lot of blame. There's been a lot of blame shifting. I said this and you said this and you said this, so I'm going to say this. Somebody has to be the bigger person. And deep knowing came out. And I already know that some of you guys may not like that. That's that 7 to 43 up there. Okay, deep knowing is what you and your partner got. So when we comes down to 4, when we come down to 3, what do they mean to you individually as numbers? And what do the sum of the two mean? All right, we're going to go into your deep knowing, which is the card of 43. The sum of the two is 7. And there is a lot in that, and there's a 7 down here. So, hey, I want you guys to understand that this is intuition. It's time to listen to the oracle within. There are occasions when you just know deep down in your heart and soul that someone is going to play a meaningful role in your life. Someone crosses your path and suddenly out of the blue, you are connected at a level impossible to describe. That feeling marks a moment in time etched indelibly onto your soul. This person has entered your guys' life. You guys, and two hearts are calling each other. You guys may have very strong minds, but your hearts are calling one another regardless. That's the title. It's also a sign that your intuition about the person that you care about is correct. So trust your heart to lead you. Magic is going to happen. Listen, whatever you are feeling, and I told you there's an intuition type of thing here. Listen, trust. You're strong. Look at that. Faith in your intuition. I can't even make it up. Listen. You may have a strong mind. You may have a strong mind. And what they're telling you is that regardless, they know. They know. You guys can feel one another. Look at this. Telepathy. A strong empathic and telepathic soul bond. True love. A divine connection. Okay? It's time to do new patterns. You guys are connected. You are divinely connected, okay? So I don't know how many more times to say that. It was a pleasure to read for you. They just know down in their heart. They have a deep knowing of who you are and you being worth waiting for. And regardless of how strong your mind is, they know that you're the one for them. And if you just do what you're supposed to do and get those patterns resolved and out of the way, there is a children aspect too. I don't know whether you guys are inheriting children. You guys let me know what that means. Aries, you could have children, not want to have anybody that you're dating around your children. I don't know. I feel like that also caused the blockage. Or children with this person that your ex. You definitely have children with that particular person. And that also has been something that has blocked this relationship. You will let me know down in the comments, okay? No matter how strong your mind is, Aries, they know that they are connected to you and they're not going to let go or stop just because mentally you're stronger. So what? It doesn't matter to them. They know deep down inside that you guys are supposed to be together. The question is what are you going to do about it? Thank you so much for listening. Like, share, subscribe to the Marvelous Tribe. That is your week 1 wrap up. I will see you next week when we do it again. Mwah. Please drop down below in the description box and refer to the informational video for all of the changes. And I will see you next week. Bye, Aries.